In this video, I'm going to talk about how teachers these days are incompetent. Okay, um, here's an example. When I was in school, I had a low IQ, a very low IQ, and from what I can remember, none of the teachers were even aware of the fact that I had a low IQ. That's embarrassing. You know what I mean? They seem to think that all kids are highly intelligent and if they get bad results, it's because they didn't work hard enough, they didn't make any effort. Like I remember my last year at school, my maths teacher was telling me that the reason that I was doing badly at ordinary level maths was because I wasn't paying attention in class. So I get the idea that she thought that I had a high IQ, which is hilarious because not long before then I did an IQ test and I got a score of 70. Okay, 70 is pretty low, and I don't understand how these people's brains work. You know what I mean? And when I was younger, I used to think that all the teachers were aware of the fact that I was stupid. But as I got older, I'm starting to realize that a lot of them weren't even aware. I remember that same year, my last year at school, one of my teachers told my mother that I was highly intelligent. Right, I got an IQ score of 70 at the start of my last year at school. Oh, but I'm highly intelligent. People who are mentally disabled are extremely intelligent. And I think teachers, like, they should have realized that I had a low IQ. It was pretty obvious. Okay. If a student gets bad grades, there's probably a reason for that. And you know what I mean. And I was showing up to all my classes. I was doing all the homework. I was doing loads of study. When I was in third year, at school, my mother was not happy with the results I was getting. She went up to the school principal and asked him to get me to study more. And the school principal said that I'm studying too much and that he wants me to rest more and not study more, study less. But generally, if you study less, that means you're going to get worse results. Um, you know what I mean? And yeah, even when I was, 17, my dad wrote a letter to the my school principal saying, Mark is doing loads of study, but he's still getting poor results. Can you show Mark how to study? My dad wasn't even aware of the fact that I had low IQ. He thought it was because I was studying incorrectly. There's no secret magic way to study, okay? Often not, if you're doing loads of study and you're still getting poor results, it's because you have a low IQ. And we need to train these teachers and parents to try to recognize if a person has a low IQ or not. Because it was painful for me, especially when I was in primary school as a young kid, 6, 7, 8 years old. I was able to handle the fact that I had low IQ, that I was a bit slow, a bit stupid. But one thing I wasn't able to cope with at that young an age was constantly being reminded that I was stupid, because I was doing all this work and I just found it really, really difficult. And you know what I mean? And it's hard, not being able to do work when other people in your class are doing work. You're constantly being reminded that you have a low IQ. What do teachers do? They scream and they shout at you for not doing well at it, and don't even think they were aware of the fact that I had a low IQ. And it has to stop. It is a bit ridiculous. Um, it's just a sad reality of life, and